contact a viewers hotline. Nôl â ni felly, I Stadiwm y Principality.
Croeso nôl I Stadiwm Principality, rowndiau terfynol cenedlaethol y dynion sy'n cael yn sylw ni, ac I ni newydd weld Caernarfon yn cael chwip o fuddugoliaeth yn erbyn Clwb Athletic Pen y Bont o bwynt yn unig yn cipio cwpan adran 1. Llongyfarchiadau enfawr iddyn nhw. Gêm gynta'r pnawn, chwip o gêm fel o'n i'n gweud. 2 gêm eto I fynd, ond pwy fydd yr arwyr? Pwy fydd yn cipio cwpaner bencampwriaeth ar uwch gyngred? Steddwch chi ar y soffa, gnewch eich hunain yn gyfforddus. Mae yna ddigon o gyffro ar y ffordd. Un gêm wedi bod a chyfleiddi gadarnhau taw Caernarfon a dda hi yn cipio cwpan adran 1. 2 gêm eto I fynd am chwarter wedi 5. Pontypridd yn erbyn Cross Keys, cwpan yr uwch gyngred, ond nawr I ni'n canolbwyntio ar cwpan y bencampwriaeth. Crwydred Llanelli yn erbyn Tondu. A mae'r cefnogwyr yn dechrau dod i'w seti, a dyma'r tîm sy'n mynd I fod yn edrych ar ôl y gêm hon. Mae Ifan Phillips gyda ni a Tom Hancock, prif hyfforddwr Clwb Rygbi Pontypool. Croeso mawr i'r ddau ohonoch chi. Nawr te, peth cyntaf, wneud I chi gochi chydig bach, codi embaras arnoch chi. Dyma luniau ohonyn nhw yn chwarae pan o'n nhw'n fach. Reit te, Ifan, ti'n di newid o gwbl beth oedran di fydda?
O'n I ryw 19 fi'n cael ei oni oedran a lawr yn Eiland yn ennill cwpan dan 19 Sir Benfro, felly na atgofion melys iawn yn chwarae gyda clwb lleol a na be mae'r diwrnodau yma ar gyfer wrth gwrs.
Tom, mae rai fi dynnu sylw at y Curls na.
Y Curls yn cwata'r cluster fi'n credu, atgofion da.
Atgofion da yn wir. Pa mor bwysig yw I rai o'r chwaraewyr sydd fydd yn heddi? Achos fel chi'ch doi, maen nhw wedi bod yn chwarae ers blynyddau maith. Felly Tom, I gyrraedd y stadiwm, cartre Rygbi Cymru, mae'n dipyn o achlysur iddyn nhw.
Ydy, mae'n achlysur i'w gofio. Maen nhw'n chwarae trwy'r tymor yn call lleol nhw, clybiau lleol sydd yn yr un gyngred nhw, i gael y dyddyn mas yn y stadiwm arbennig dda. Mae fe'n rhywbeth bydden nhw'n anelu tuag at y gosod targedau ar dechrau tymor, ond nawr bod nhw wedi cyrraedd, yn rhywbeth bydden nhw'n neud yn siŵr bod nhw'n mwynhau a rili amsugno'r profiad.
Reit te, wel wy'n credu allwn ni glywed gan Lloyd Lewis, mae di bod yn crwydro'r cae yn cael chydig o gwmni crwydriad Llanelli, ond cyn hynny, beth am I ni gael negeseuon yn dweud pob lwc iddyn nhw gan rai o wynebau cyfarwydd y clwb.
Helo, shwmai, Steph Hughes yma. Just mae'n dymuno pob lwc I dîm Llanelli Wanderers yn rownd erfynol y cwpan. Pob lwc I chi boys, job gwych blwyddyn diwetha. Come on.
Shwmai o Fiji, neges cyflym o phob lwc i'r crwydred Llanelli Wanderers yn rownd erfynol y cwpan. Mwynhewch yn achlysur, ewch amdani boys. Fi'n siŵr bydd y cwpan yn dod nôl i'r clwb ar ôl diwedd y gêm. Pob lwc I chi gyd eto, bwle fan aca.
Gwych I glywed gan Steph Hughes a Iowen Cunningham fyna, 2 legend y gêm a sy'n cael cysylltiadau gryf iawn da'r crwyderiad Llanelli. Right, fi gyda Sean Gale nawr, prif hyfforddwr. Sean, first and foremost, how are the nerves for you today?
Well, as I say, we were lucky we did do it last year, but as I say, the want in this team at the moment is huge. So, yeah, the nerves are quite good, but it's more excitement, if I be honest with you, and giving the boys, this opportunity to play in the stadium,
Yeah, brilliant. And with the experience last year, obviously a great win against Glynneath, very tight game. Would that experience help you come in again to the stadium today?
Well, hopefully so. The boys have experienced it last year. So, at the end of the day, it's going to be down to small margins of the two teams. Tondu are an excellent team. And I like to think we've been unbeaten in the last 10 or 11 games. So we're confident, but we know we've got a big game in our hands. And Tondu are a great rugby club and also a great rugby side.
Yeah, and for those at home who are not familiar with how Llanelli play, What is your game style? How would you describe Llanelli?
Obviously, we like the video game, but as I say, we've got a big kicking game with Nick Gale at 15. You know, he's got a real siege gun boot. You know, he kicks from 40, 50 metres. You know, up front, we're very, we try to be dominant. We like to have a good driving line out, but we also like to play a lot of rugby and score some tries. So, you know, it all depends on the weather. We can vary our game quite well, you know.
Yeah, well, all the best today, mate. I'm really looking forward to see you go. All the best. Diolch yn fawr. Cheers.
Ie, dyna ni crwydred Llanelli yn edrych yn barod am yr her, ond beth am eu gwrthwynebwyr nhw? Tondi, mae cefnogwyr nhw'n barod, maen nhw wedi bod yn y dre drwy'r pnawn yn mwynhau hunain. Ond o ran Tondi, mae un o'i chwaraewyr nhw wedi wynebu her bersonol iawn dros y blynyddoedd diwethaf.
Enw i yw Harry Morgan a dwi'n chwarae i clwb rygbi Tondi. So rygbi dod mewn i fy mywyd ers i fi bod yn plant bach, bod dad di chwarae rygbi, tad ci di chwarae rygbi. So ni di dechrau mas yn maes Celtic, so fi'n boi maes 10. Pan o'n i tua 12 mlynedd oed, o'n i di dechrau lawr yn Bryn Cethyn a wedyn chwarae i nhw wedyn. Mae'r ochr proffesiynol, mae'n eich swydd hi, so mae popeth o ti'n gwneud yn dibynnu ar beth o ti'n gwneud ar y dydd Sadwrn neu ar y penwythnos pan ti'n chwarae. Roedd e'n amser eitha galed, ac roedd rhywbeth angen fel rhoi i fi allu cario ymlaen. A roedd rygbi yn y peth hwnna, roedd ni ddim yn mwynhau. So ie, roedd y penderfynu yn eitha hawdd, ond anodd ar un tro, so oedd fel pros and cons i ddau ohonyn nhw. Fi wedi colli pobl yn fy mywyd i o iechyd meddwl, ac os ydych chi ddim yn siarad amdano fe, bydd neb yn gallu eich helpu. Mae help mas na. So mae rhaid i chi siarad yn gyntaf i allu gael y help na. Mae'r gym di chynachu fi hefyd, really. Mae'n teimlad o allu helpu pobl eraill trwy ffitrwydd. Mae'n rhoi llawer nôl i fi. Mae Tondi yn clwb really cymunedol. Just cymuned really fel agos gyda'i gilydd. Mae'r boys i gyd o'r ardal lleol. So mae'n clwb really dda. Rhywbeth, probably fi byth di meddwl bod yn ddeud eto, mae'n chwarae ar stadiwm fel hynny pan fi di camu nôl o chwarae'n proffesiynol. Ond na, mi ddyn emosiynol i fod nôl ar fel cae mawr fel na, ond rhywbeth fi'n hynod o cyffroes i wneud.
Mae'n stori bersonol yn diwy a Harry fyna'n siarad mor dda. Mae mor hyfryd gweld e nôl ar y cae rygbi yn diwy ar ôl cyfnod anodd tu hwnt iddo fe Ifan.
Ond bendant, mae'n gret i weld Harry Morgan nôl ar y ca wrth gwrs, a fi'n browd iawn o gem wedi cael cyfnod anodd iawn a mae wedi dod trwy'r ochr draw yn grwtyn well felly. Ond o ran chwaraewr rygbi, oedd e'n dipyn o dalent, chi'n meddwl fel mewnwr, oedd e'n dwyllodrus iawn, oedd ei basau'n lan, a mae'r talent dage yn amlwg gyda'r nifer o gapiau mae'n gael gyda'r gweilch ar y lefel proffesiynol, a mae'r ddawn gydag e ware unrhyw le.
Mae'n chwarae cefnwr heddi, dwi e?
Yn gwmws, felly fi'n edrych mlaen i weld yn ware yn y cefnwr, achos mae hen digon o siarad ag e, mae'n mwynhau trefnu bob un o'i blaen e, felly bydd gret i weld yna, ond sa'n gwybod siwt bydd e dan y bel uchel, achos dwt o beth yw e.
Gyd i'n fynd o bas. Tom, crwydred Llanelli, o'n nhw yma llynedd yn ennill cwpan adran 1, a chwarae teg, eithon ni yr olwyr a'r blaenwyr yn cyfuno gyda'i gilydd gystal. Dyma be ni eisiau gweld chwarae tebyg fel hyn heddi fe, mwy ohono fe.
Mae lot o foes talentog iawn yn y ochr gyda olwyr a blaenwyr crwydred Llanelli. Chi'n gweld nhw fan Lledaenu'r bel a dadlwython o Llanelli Llydan. Byddwn ni'n disgwyl gweld nhw'n gosod grym y blaenwyr ar y drod flan yn y hanner cynta. O fan hyn pan fydd cyfle, fi'n siŵr o weld Llanelli'n Lledaenu'r bel.
Edrych mlaen, os gewn ni gêm fel y gêm gyntaf, ni'n mynd i gael chwipo bnawn a mae'r cefnogwyr sy'n cyrraedd y stadiwm ar hyn o bryd, wel maen nhw yn edrych mlaen. Mae'r dre yn orlawn, mae yna bobl yn canu mas na, maen nhw'n mwynhau hunain yn yr haul. I ni'n gobeithio bod chi'n mwynhau ble bynnag i chi'n gwylio, felly dewch nôl ato ni am yr ail gêm, cwpan y bencampwriaeth y gic gyntaf cyn bo hyn. Croeso nôl i Stadiwm y Principality, cwpan y bencampwriaeth. Crwydred Llanelli yn erbyn Tondu ein hael gêm fewn i o'r pnawn. Ifan, sdim llawer i wahanu'r ddau dîm yn y gyngred. Ti'n disgwyl gêm agos?
Yn bendant, dwi'n credu bod i mynd o'n gêm hynod o gorfforol, hynod o gyffroes. A fel nes i sôn, maen nhw wedi cwrdd â'i gili dwywaith Lenni'n barod. A mae'n gyfartal o ran y ddoi yn ennill yr un faint, felly mae un o'n nhw yn mynd i ddod ar y frigiau pnawn ma. Dwi'n edrych mlaen i weld y cyffro wrth bod y gêm yn mynd yn ei blaen. A'r
cefnogwyr hefyd, mae nhw yn barod i fynd. Dewch i ni ymuno'n tîm y sylwebu ni. English language commentary is available with Tom Hancock and Rhys William, ond yn Gymraeg, dewch i ni ymuno a Dydgu Morgan Howell sy'n cadw cwmni i Griff McKee.
Yeah, here we go then. Second final of the day. Let's have a look at the Wanderers team. Division 1 Cup winners last year, looking to go one better and win the Championship Cup this year. Look no further than the full-back Nick Gale as a match winner, over 1,000 points for the club. His kick won the Div 1 Cup last year. Lots of Premiership experience. Lloyd Pike, one of them, formerly of the Drovers of Llandyfri. Tondu have some confidence in the fact that they've beaten the Wanderers already this season, and again the fullback gets my attention. Harry Morgan, former Osprey, Wales 20s, scrum half, loving the freedom and space in the backfield. Experienced half-back pairing, 20 years at the club for Gareth Lindburn, and Jamie Murphy, a German international. Andrew Moole, referee for the Championship Cup final.
Okay, 5 seconds.
Greg
lads,
Morgan,
okay.
TMO.
Roger, you good?
Marcus Caudle, Ed Brown running the line as assistant referees.
Time's on, gents.
Second cup final of the day underway, and the Wanderers.
Stay.
This is a dodgy kit clash, isn't it? A lot of red, maroon, blue of the Wheelers of Tondu against the Wanderers of Llanelli. Big hit on Jonathan George.
Okay,
I'm just looking.
It was a genuine pickup. He's gone
Well,
off
I'm
his
just
feet,
looking
but
at
he's
the
gotta roll
referee
away.
there. I think we've had a late change of referee.
Okay. Shot call, gents.
I think that's
Okay,
That's
7,
Marcus
guys.
Caudle in the middle,
I was happy
I'd
with
say.
the pickup, okay, but then he's interfered when he's on the floor, okay? He's got to roll.
Wow, what a start that could have been for the Wanderers. Ooh. Josh Tatchell with a tackle from Tondu. I spoke about this man, Nick Gale. He has the first opportunity of points in this Championship Cup final. Another left footer. Ale Jones took the spoils for Caernarfon, but he's hit the upright with that one. Alex George, the young prop, cleaning things up.
He's going down. Stay.
In the backfield, Jamie Murphy keeping the ball alive in the sunshine. The sun will disappear as the games go ahead.
Leave it now, Tondu.
Still Wanderers ball. Through the hands. You have to go out some way to replicate that first final. Steph Phillips, forwards coach at the Wanderers. And the carry to Stephens at 8. Steph Lewis for Tondu. Knock on advantage, and that's kicked forward. I just want Lewis Jones tidying things up there.
No, never on ball.
For the Wanderers, but they're under pressure.
Yeah, back to it, lads. Let's use.
These two teams play in the same division in the Western Championship. 1-1 in the league, but it's winner takes all in the cup final. Past results go out the window. All about this 80 minutes. Biggest 80 minutes of their lives for many of the players.
Playing advantage. Okay.
From Llanelli Wanderers and Tondu. Tom Hancock is alongside me. Tom, it's quite a journey from pitch side up to the top here in Principality.
Yeah, fair few steps then for the day, but great to be a brilliant vantage point of view. What's hopefully an exciting game of rugby like the first final we've seen today.
Yeah, that was a crazy final. Caernarfon 30, Bridgend Athletic 29. Some game. It's another team in maroon and a bit of yellow in the Wanderers that get that penalty. Yeah, and we have had a change of referee. It is Marcus Caudle in the middle, not Andrew Moole.
Isolated, lads.
Marcus, a former player himself, just retired, Llantwit Fadre boy.
He's released. Yeah. He's a clear lift.
Cup final, Tom, you know, you're in the same league, you've played each other, you know each other well, you know. Is that a good thing?
Time back on, gents.
I don't think the form of the league games will have any standing on the result today, but it does, I think it does give a little bit of familiarity. You kind of know in terms of styles and tactics what you might face. No surprise here to see Nick Gale. He's got a really accurate and long kicking game, both from hand and from the tee, so no surprise with the first opportunity to see Nick opt to take 3 points on.
Everyone from the club here, youth, second team, ladies teams, junior sections, everybody. What a good crowd in here in the second game. Post with one. Wide. with the next.
Yeah, distance was no problem, slightly left to the uprights, but distance was no problem. That should serve as a warning for Tondu that any infringements around the halfway line, they'll be likely to be underneath their own posts.
Stay behind, lads. Stay behind, Jamie.
Good restart.
Okay. Advantage. Knock on Wanderers. Advantage, knock on from Wanderers.
I thought it maybe had gone forward from Tondu first there, but it's an advantage for Tondu.
Okay, advantage.
Tackle. Lawrence Reynolds with potentially a high
Leave it 7. Leave
shot
it 7.
on Alex George.
7.
Yeah, Lawrence is a very physical back rower. Enjoys the collision element of the game, both sides of the ball, so no surprise to see him get stuck in. Tactically there, interesting to see Jamie Murphy go on a sort of a 45-degree angle across the field with his 22-metre dropout. You see lots of teams kick long and try and apply pressure with their kick just getting high up the field, but they get the ball back mentality on show from Tondu straight from the off. Then they've been rewarded with a penalty and then another entry into Llanelli Wanderers half.
Brave to the back from Tondu, clean ball. Back on the angle they come, not looking to go wide there. Bowen Davis is a core captain because the other captain, Sam Grabham, is on the bench.
No hands.
Turned over by the Wanderers. Justin James, smart kick into the backfield. And it's Ben Davis back there, the back row forward.
Okay,
took his time, used it wisely as well.
Good, thank you, sir.
Stefan Phillips, the forwards coach at the Wanderers. Frees 1 foot, makes a metre after contact. Justin James. Lloyd Pike.
No help, no.
Big bonus for teams to have someone like that in your opening 15, in your squad that has Premiership experience.
Yeah, both of those last names you just mentioned now, Justin who's given Llanelli Wanderers the field position with a really smart tactical kick there, and then Lloyd Pike as well, both with lots of experience. This won't faze them in terms of an occasion. They'll be able to play their rugby and they'll be able to lead others, and obviously their experience in this final of the competition in the level below last year will help them all, but to have experienced players like Justin, like Lloyd Pike out there will certainly help.
Is there a favourite in this final?
Yeah, thanks. No, you're right on the mark.
Llanelli Wanderers in terms of league form, but it's really tight. There's not much between them in the league table. Both, like you said earlier, both have won one game, one win. I think they both won their home games. I would slightly edge Llanelli Wanderers as slight favourites, but I wouldn't be putting a bet on that today.
Set!
No, things go out the window in cup finals. As if you're a Bridgend Athletic supporter, you'd be thinking, how have Carnarvon turned us over? Well, they did. That's what can happen. They can turn their focus to the league and Bridgend Athletic. They're chasing Swansea Uplands in Div 1 West. This is the Championship Cup final. Both of them, Tondu is about the furthest east you'll come in the West, if that makes sense.
Crouch!
Yeah, two teams here from the Bridgend area today. Bridgend after the first final, now Tondu. You can see a great support from Tondu in the stand opposite this year, so really strong hotbed of rugby.
Yeah, we'll play.
Clean ball, centres combined.
No
Sam
hands,
Matthews.
no hands.
Appear in Ponty colours this year as well.
Release 6! Good.
Clean ball.
No, he's going down.
High.
No hands now.
Ish
He's always
tackle.
going down, gents.
Harry Morgan with the carry. 50. Oh, no, was the winger. There's Kane Woolerton.
I'm happy.
Another one formerly of the Ospreys. Bit of Sem's experience as well. And Bridgend Athletic. Well, that's a great touch finder. Almost. My Jamie Murphy still alive under pressure. Support is there. And somehow the Wanderers escape. Rodri Owens, the captain.
No hands now,
What's he doing back there as a hooker? I'm not quite sure, but excellent work from the captain.
Okay, let's use.
Yeah, I've coached Rodri. He's really hard working, will cover every blade of grass in the field for his team, but particularly as a captain he'll be expected to do that. But he's a very hard working mobile hooker, so I'm not surprised to see him helping there. Llanelli Wanderers looking to apply a little bit of width to the ball from deep.
Yeah, there was a chance there. Might have been a 4-on-3, but that is Harry Morgan.
Keep retreated, Tondu. Keep going back. Yes, then.
John McEnroe-esque today, as the mark is taken by Jonathan George.
Thank you,
Youth Cup winner here with the Wanderers. And there is John McEnroe, aka Harry Morgan. You cannot be serious. Not too much distance on that kick.
Yeah, we mentioned Lloyd Pike and Justin James for the experience of playing at a higher level from Llanelli Wanderers, but there are boys, Jamie Murphy with a really smart tactical kick to that far right down corner earlier on in that passage, and then Harry we've obviously mentioned as well, but there's lots of higher level rugby experience in this Tondu team as well, so they're quite evenly matched both sides.
Yeah. On the arm, lads.
On the arm.
On the arm. Yeah, on the arm, gentlemen.
Got to watch that hook. You can challenge for the ball.
8. Yeah, on the arm.
Yeah, there's the change of referee. Certainly is Marcus Corley.
It was a contest, but you've gone onto the arm then. Yeah, I thought that.
Just a left mitt on the arm. Enough to give this chance for Jamie Murphy of Tondu.
Yeah, will do.
I was just watching a former teammate of mine run the tee on there. Played with him back at UWIC in the early 2000s. He was a fast winger then. He looked to be struggling to get the tee on there, Aaron Warner, but well done for getting it on.
Right? We've got a water
break at 20, the ref hasn't started the timer. I think he was looking a little bit lethargic there.
Chance for points then for Jamie Murphy. Nice strike. Oh, straight down the middle. First points of the Championship Cup final go to Tondu. The Wheelers ahead, 3 points to nothing against the Wanderers of Llanelli.
Yeah, he never looked like missing. He looked really composed in his stance behind the ball. Another one who's played so much high-level rugby at 10, 12 and 15, but really backs his skill set. He's a really accomplished footballer, and no surprise to see Jamie take the first 3 on offer.
Time retreat. Now you're on, thank you. Yep, thank you.
Clearance.
Okay, I'm Wanderers, keep going, please.
And up and under. Not too much distance on that, tries to regather, but it's gathered by Steph Jones.
Knock on in front.
Oh, okay. Deemed to be a knock on.
So knock on and you're in front, offside.
The restart is such an important part of the modern game. How do you coach it? You know, you're coaching up at Pontypool at the moment. Is it like almost like a set piece that you specifically work on it all the time? Yeah, it is. It's an unofficial set piece. If you think about when you restart the game, they're normally after big moments like tries for or conceded. So coaches will often talk about doubling up on positive or negative impacts. So the restart is obviously if you can apply pressure having just conceded to get the ball back and establish some field position, or conversely, if you've scored yourself, if your next one is to take and deal with the restart well, it's a huge factor in the sort of the momentum shifting games. And that penalty has given the Wanderers a chance deep in the Tondu 22. A lot of movement. Middle ball. Ryan Evans with a take. Here comes the drive from the Wanderers. Arm is out. Penalty advantage. Justin James wants to play. Kicks it through. Back we will come.
7. Taken down in the side and taken down. 7. Justin
thinks he's seen some backfield space there, but referees will often play 6, 7, 8 phases of advantage in this area of the field and still go back to the original penalty. So there's probably an opportunity there for Llanelli Wanderers to have a little bit more pressure and have a little bit more of a go through their forward pack, perhaps around that 5 metre line before.
Okay, Tondu, yes, use the line, please. Use the line. You're on line. Yep.
Let's see the replay. Just pulling that one down. John Penpraise. Brave throw to the back of that line. Can they set the drive? Can the Wanderers get motoring? Yes, they can. Rodri Owens, the captain. Ball safely tucked under. Has he grounded it? Yes, he has. Took his time, did referee Marcus Cornell. First try of the afternoon goes to the Western team, the Llanelli Wanderers.
There was lots of good technical drill in that there, so the timing between the throw, the jump and the lift really well executed. Tondu didn't go up against Llanelli Wanderers, so didn't have to be straight down that tunnel, so a nice easy catch. Tondu have backed themselves to stay down and deal with them all, but there's a really good punch from the forwards joining, and then backs joining in as they recognise momentum and that pressure's building. The backs from Llanelli Wanderers have joined to add a little bit more weight as well, so really good strong ball game there. That could be a factor in this game.
It was just joining into the more there, but they were fine.
Conversion successful. It's the Wanderers 7, Tondu 3. Down we go to Lloyd.
Yeah, dwi'n Matt a prif hyfforddwr Tondu, Matt Tadshaw. Matt, it's been a very tight start to the game so far. First and foremost, how were the preparations coming into this game?
Excellent preparation so far. The boys have worked really hard. We've had a good season leading up to this day. A really tough semi-final, and the emotions would run really high after that, but we had good prep ready for today, yeah.
Yeah, and for those at home who may be not familiar with how Tondu like to play rugby, what is your brand of rugby in Tondu?
Throw the ball around. We got a good set piece. It's just going to be tough today. We got a good set piece, and we like to play. Yeah.
Well, what a day for chucking the ball about.
Superb weather. Look at it. I mean, look at the support we've got.
Yeah, and of course this must be massive for the community as well. How much does it mean to everyone in Tondu?
Oh, it means so much. No, every single person, other players, coaches, staff, the club, and the community just are so proud of the boys.
Yeah, Matt, all the best for the rest of the game, mate. I'm sure I'll catch up with you later. Cheers, mate.
James with a box kick. Not too much distance on it. Fair contest in the air. Play on, says the referee. Again, the Wanderers had a chance to put ballers through the hand there. Harry Morgan, he frees his hands. Eventually gets to Stu Young.
Okay, no hands now, no hands, Nick. No.
Yeah, Tondu were very narrow from that restart then. Even though Llanelli Wanderers didn't pull the trigger to go on the first phase, they were still narrow after Justin went to the air with that contestable box kick. And when the transition opportunity became available then to Llanelli Wanderers, there was space here. Surprised to see them kick on the edge. I thought there was an opportunity to go.
Okay, will do.
Lloyd Pike just got his hands on the deck there before going for the ball, giving Jamie Murphy a chance to pop this one into the 22.
Okay.
Coach Lloyd, defence at Llandyfri, brilliant player, really soft hands and a warrior in there, but on Ground National Day, if there's one better we put it on, that he will be in line for some penalising from the referee or a yellow card. Even he's such a competitor and he plays right on the edge, but a brilliant player.
Okay.
Chance then for Tondu deep in the Wanderers 22. Brave throw to the back of the line. Line out is over. No, it's not. Well, it is now. Thought it was over the 15.
7 in the side.
Again, the open sides are being penalised. Lawrence Reynolds of the Wanderers that time. It's a free play then for Tondu.
7, side entry. 7.
Same penalty.
Thank you.
As the one against John Penpraise for Tondu. A genuine chance now to pop this one right in the corner and put some serious pressure on the Wanderers' defence.
Yeah, Tondu coaches would be Llanelli Wanderers coaches would be frustrated with that, to back up the initial penalty with another one so soon afterwards. When you give in 2 penalties away in your own half, you normally end up on your 5-metre line defending them all. So, big opportunity for Tondu to strike a blow back.
Okay. You're there.
Tondu line. Jake Lewis. No contest. They shift the point of contact then, but forget the ball.
Imaginative there, like a shift front drive, won the ball cleanly in the air and then a little pop down to the front to try and move the point of contact. I think if that would have been a little bit more accurate in terms of the catch and the transfer on this second part, I think that would have been really difficult to stop on that front shoulder.
All right.
Well, they get another bite of the cherry. Well, they tried the same thing again. No, that's an overthrow. Tidied up at the back.
No, release now, release 10.
By Jonathan George.
No.
Braver the 10 to come in. Justin James looks back
Hold,
in the pocket for Gale. And he finds a good touch finder, almost the halfway line.
Okay, towards your goal line, all right?
Yeah, he's got such a lovely cultured left peg. There was opportunity down the short side.
Tondi are online, lads.
Tondi got very
online.
narrow, but in the cup final within the first 20 minutes, I can understand why they're looking to try and get out their own half. But as the game goes on, you can expect Llanelli Wanderers and Tondi to try and capitalise on those spaces that are available on short sides, especially.
Different kind of cup final, this one from the first one. Both teams knew nothing really about each other. They just went out and played. These two teams know each other well. They know what is expected. Lewis Jones trying to find some space, but finds Harry Morgan. Morgan, right-footed.
Good, now,
full-back to full-back. Gale doesn't call for the mark, but he does elect for the touchline. Small win for Tondi there.
I've been impressed with the quality of the kicking on show so far. Justin James and Jamie Murphy both had one each early on in the game, but there was another little rally there. But you can see there's plenty of players out there who trust their strike, trust their connection, and the quality and accuracy and length of the kicking game was probably noticeably a level up from the game we've watched earlier on today.
A knock on. There'll be a scrum.
Yeah, okay.
Finals are funny
lads,
things, aren't they? It can take a team a long time to settle. You're not willing to play. You're not willing to take too many risks. In the first game, they threw caution to the wind and just went for it. But this one's a bit more cagey.
We're in there,
yeah, sometimes I think in cup finals it can feel like the real game starts at about 50-55 minutes. You're almost trading blows for the first one and working each other out and sort of growing into the game. And then no doubt when the pressure and the nerves come on later in the game and there's either more fatigue out there or teams are more prepared to throw a little bit more caution to the wind and go a little bit more risk reward as opposed to risk averse. You see games opening up, but for cup finals early doors, yeah, you're right, it quite often can be quite cagey, intense affairs while the game settles.
Well, we've got a bit of an injury. Jonathan George, the Wanderers 10 is down, so we can go down to Lloyd either side of the pitch again.
Yeah, dwi'n meddwl Sean Gale, unwaith eto. Sean, what do you make of this game so far?
Yeah, we started well. Unfortunately, we missed two kickable goals, to sort of edge in front. But our line-out drive was particularly good. But what you can't do is we're giving a few too many penalties and losing a bit of the territorial battle. But as you say, we could just sort our discipline out a bit. Nick will get his kicking boots on, hopefully, play in the right areas, and the rest will look after itself. But in all fairness to Tondi, they put in huge pressure on us. They put pressure on the kicks. So, it's tough, but hopefully we're starting to get better a bit.
And I know you might be biased, but what's it like to work with your son, Nick Gale, obviously, man of the match last year. He's got an absolute cannon of a left foot. What's it like? What's the dynamic like with your son?
Yeah, Nick's, we've been together in Arbeth for over 10 years together. We were, the dynamic's good, it wasn't great this morning. There were two of us quite nervous, but yeah, Nick's doing really well as a coach, and and his goal kicking hopefully will improve a little bit. But the dynamics are no problem at all.
Right, and for the rest of the half now, what's the game plan? We're halfway through now. You're in the lead, it's very close, but what would the messages be going onto the pitch be now?
Well, obviously our driving line-out's been working for us, so obviously we've got to get in the right areas of the field, keep our discipline. We're giving a few silly penalties away, playing in the right areas, and when we're in our red zone, we've got to be accurate when we're in there. We've got to come away with points.
Top man, thank you, Sean. All the best, mate. Diolch yn fawr.
Talking about fullbacks, there's another one. Lee Byrne, another fullback with a left peg that could kick the ball a mile.
Crouch.
Yeah, I think Lee Byrne, if I'm right, he had his first senior rugby taste at Tondi before then coming west to play for Llanelli RFC as it was then. But he'll definitely have a vested interest and be hoping that Tondi go well today.
Strong carry, back cup. Used to play for the Quins in Carmarthen. 150 Prem games.
Yeah, in New Zealand they would call someone like Josh like a second 5'8". He can play 10. He's a good distributor. He'll organise everything around him. He's got really solid skill set, both with his feet and his hands. He'll be a really good second pair of eyes, second brain, second pair of hands for his outside half.
Super work by Jamie Murphy. What is an outside half doing in on the jackal? Is that something you coach, Tom?
Well, yeah.
If there's a chance for anybody, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, basically, in terms of a team philosophy, it would be sort of two in the tackle. First tackler would predominantly be looking to stop momentum, normally with a low tackle, and then the second guy, or the assist tackler, there's different language, and it would be asked to do a job for the team. That sometimes might be a ball rip, it might just be trying to spend time in the tackle. But for that one there, the job needed from Jamie was to throw down and jackal that ball. But he's a tough 10. He's not he's not like the traditional stereotype 10s. He's a really tough, combative 10, so I expect to see him get stuck in all day.
Yeah, I thought he was going to carry that one for a second, but he gives the ball off to Stu Young. Oh, that's a lovely ball off the left hand, and here's a genuine chance. Kane Woollerton dives in, plummets in the corner. Try made by a great ball off the left hand from Jamie Murphy, who we were just talking about. First try of the afternoon for Tondu, and goes to that man, Kane Woollerton.
Yeah, superb try from a line-out start to play. Into midfield via Jamie Murphy first, and then a really strong carry from the centres, I think it was, and that really won the race then around the corner. Quick speed of ball, that was probably a 2.5 second ruck, and Llanelli Wanderers defence couldn't fold around the corner in time to have enough numbers to deal with that. Jamie had plenty of patience and time on the ball, sort of fished out that widest defender and then threaded a pass in behind him. Really, really effective attack.
I'm on to your decision. It's okay.
Tondu colours celebrating. It's always a danger at this time of afternoon. Principality Stadium, you're always in the sun there. Careful if you're on the cider.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Now, there was a conversation between TMO and referee.
Yeah.
That'll be a new experience as well for lots of the players on the field in terms of TMOs, teams of...
For the referees as well, I'm guessing.
And even in, I think, in their league, it's just the referee. There's no assistant referees and touch judges. So to have a full team and then the TMO will be another new experience for them.
Has he got any draw on this one? No, it stays wide. No conversion, but Tondu are ahead against the Wanderers from Llanelli. 8 points to 7. Jenny Davis, the TMO, along with Marcus Cordell, the referee.
Okay, no hands. We're outside. Stay, lads, stay. Let's use.
Tondu taking the restart.
Touch.
Lindenburn. Box kick clearance touched in flight.
And Wanderers retreat, please.
There's the kicking battle again.
Keep retreating.
Good distance on that one.
Yeah, advantage.
Murphy again brave. And a high tackle.
8 high.
Discipline in this area of the field is crucial, Tom, in the modern game, isn't it? Around halfway, just giving soft exits to people and giving them a chance to get deep into your territory.
Yeah, spot on. The battle of the middle third is huge, really. And we talked about it, really, the importance of a restart. Tondu took it cleanly, exited well. Then they regathered with a return kick from Nick Gale. And then from that carry, then that penalty has given them a field position now. And look where that is, just outside the 22. So I can expect Tondu to try and double up on that recent try, another positive moment.
That's it, Martin.
Another Tondu line out. Wanderers half contest that one. They want to keep the ball in. Tatchell takes it up in midfield with 12 on his back. There's Ben Davis.
Tackle, release!
The blindside's had a couple of kicks in this final so far.
Yeah, just leave it.
Lindenburn got to work hard at the breakdown there. And Bowen Davis, the captain.
Okay, no hands now, Wanderers, no hands, let it come.
Harry Morgan in the 10. Looking for quick ball now at Tondu. Change in play. Murphy. Tom Hancock said alongside me.
Okay, leave it now.
He's not scared of taking the ball up. Neither is this man, young prop Alex George, seen him with the Ospreys. Play some rugby for Bridgend as well in Super Rugby Cymru.
Okay, tackle now.
Lyndon Byrne trying to free some space out wide. Harry Morgan offloads. Tondu under pressure, and everything they do at the moment, keeping the shape well, are the Wanderers.
There's been a good defensive set so far from Llanelli Wanderers, but Tondu won't be worried. There's lots of ball retention in a good area of the field, and if they're patient, there will be space eventually if they keep hold of that ball for long enough. Interesting to see them very prepared to keep the ball live in contact. There's two now within this same passage.
Yeah, offloading in contact, and again getting the ball to Stu Young.
Okay, tackle now.
And on the Cardiff Met, I think it's his 100th appearance for Tondu. Contest at the breakdown.
Straight off feet.
Just a clear out. Got to keep your height a little bit more than that.
Llanelli Wanderers will be delighted with that defensive set. It would have sapped a lot of energy out of their legs if they'd have given their own penalty away and had to defend a repeat set. So to have that reward there for all the hard work, it would be particularly pleasing for them.
Bowen Davis penalised. You see the replay. Yeah, more of an effort there to stay on your feet. Big screens. It must be a funny experience to see yourself in the middle of a game and you see yourself on telly. Overthrown. Tondu decide to kick that away, and that's bounced over Nick Gale. To turn and collect.
Okay, keep retreating, Wanderers. Thank you.
And again, another small victory for Tondu, winning some miles there, pinching some ball. No one wants to give anything away in this clash. 1 point in it.
Good little period here for Tondu. There's been some really brave line-out calling. Again, they went to the back there, Llanelli Wanderers, and just with an overthrow have given the ball back to the opposition, and they're on the defence again. But when those slots are available, another one there right on the 15-metre line. So really good skill execution, but also brave line-out calling.
Try scorer Woollerton back on the inside from Murphy. Quick ball again. Penpraise with a carry. Steph Lewis involved as well. Wanderers slowed it down a little bit. Woollerton, he elects to carry and go. Breaks one tackle, the one quite on his shoulder. Does find Steph Jones now. Second row gets there. Tondu putting some serious pressure on Llanelli Wanderers at the moment. Bowen Davis.
No, didn't win the contest. No win in the contest.
Murphy. Matthews breaks one tackle. Metre and a half short. Or the Wanderers line. Ball still in that ruck. Lyndon Byrne looking for runners.
And roll 6. No, I'm happy with 6. I'm happy.
Still short at Tondu. Picking and going. Jake Lewis. Bang on the line for the hooker. Second try for Tondu. And they have all the momentum in this Championship Cup final at the moment. They've got the Wanderers on the ropes.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by some of the core skills in that contact area from Tondu when they're ball carrying, so footwork before contact, a little bit of leg drive post contact, but also the ability to keep that ball alive. And then what that's doing is tying in extra defenders then from Llanelli Wanderers, and instead of taking one or two of them to slow them down, you end up with 3 or 4 or 5 players in and around that ruck, and then Lyndon Byrne and Murphy are good enough then to try and beat that sort of congested, condensed defensive picture in front of them by 1 or 2 passes, and there's more room in those wider channels then for people like Harry Morgan and the centre there who carried well down the left edge, Sam Matthews.
Third try of the final, the second for Tondu. That one by Jake Lewis. And Jamie Murphy. One penalty attempt from about this area, but he's pulled that one. Flag stay down. But Tondu will be the happier of the finalists at the moment, because 1, they're ahead, but 2, they have all the momentum in this clash.
Kane Willerton, lots of good involvements in that passage as well. Looks to be a really dangerous ball carrier, pace, agility, so he contributed heavily to that passage of play.
Yeah, seen him come through the Ospreys 18 system, been with Wales 7s as well. That kind of experience counts in big cup finals.
Okay, let's use. No, stay.
Lindenburn told to use it. That's a good box kick. Down the tram lines. Stefan Phillips back there. Finds Ford on his shoulder.
Stay. No hands now, Tondu. Yeah, good, fine.
Wanderers need to go through some phases, I was going to say, but they're shaping to kick this one. Justin James. Too far. That one into the 22. Just take the sting out of things. Wise old head of Jamie Murphy. German international, Tom.
Yeah, 10 metres, guys. Okay.
Played in the Six Nations, the B kind of level as it was.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not sure how he qualifies. Any ideas?
Okay, here's the mark.
I don't actually know. No, I don't know.
He's a rugby league international as well, but he's just gone down after that kick. Tough old nugget.
Here's yours, mate.
Cramped calves, big old pitch. Perfect surface at Principality though. 32.5 minutes on the clock. Llanelli Wanderers 7, Tondu 13. What have the Wanderers got to offer?
No, leave, 6.
Messi in midfield.
Yeah. It's your own player.
Slow ball. Trying to play Keelan Jewell, product of the youth in Llanelli. Gale does well to avoid one tackle, but Tondu are over the ball again. I think that's the blind side. Ben Davis.
Isolated 6 on the ball.
Great work.
Clear release, lads.
Nothing going to plan for the Wanderers. And we've got Ivan Phillips down there. Ivan, maybe not what we expected in this clash. A lot of people had the Wanderers down as favourites.
No, I agree, and I think I was one of them, to be honest. I thought Llanelli Wanderers were the favourite going into this game. But it's been a classic final so far. It's been competitive, it's been physical. But I do think Tondu, at the moment, they're having the upper hand when it comes to their power game. They're getting into the 22. Their line out is functioning well, and they're an absolute nuisance at the breakdown. So I think if Llanelli Wanderers wants to come back into this game, they're going to have to sort that breakdown out.
Diolch yn fawr, Ivan. Clean line-up ball again is functioning well, as Ivan Phillips said. Murphy hits the gap. That's that ball off the left hand again. Morgan, 2-on-1. Wallerton. Oh, just brought down short.
Don't go in. No hands.
Good counter-ruck by the Wanderers. But it's still there. Harry Morgan with a carry into contact. Still on a plate for Lindenburn. Jake Lewis on the hunt for a second.
It's 9 offside.
Oh, it's a penalty advantage. Worth trying something now. Murphy flicks it on. Lovely score. Stu Young has left his own wing all the way over to the other and crosses for Tondu's third try.
When I get it, I will put it on the screen.
Superb try. Hooker Jake Lewis again, he's really dynamic with his ball carrying him around that 5 metre line. He's been a threat multiple times today, and then again Kane Willerton, Jamie Murphy again in the same passage play, both making things happen. Harry Morgan, good feet into contact and getting out that ball away. I never doubted Harry Morgan for a second there with that 2-on-1 to Kane Willerton. I just backed the skill set. You could see he looked very comfortable in doing it, and they've managed to turn a turnover from a promising Llanelli Wanderers line out in their own half. Within the same minute, they've already scored 7 points, so everything's going against Llanelli Wanderers at the moment, and I agree with Ivan, the breakdown is a big part of that. Llanelli Wanderers will have to be a little bit more accurate and probably a bit more physical in that attacking contact area in particular.
It's on the screen for you now, Marcus.
Well, here we go then. One for
nothing coming through yet, Jenny.
Marcus Scald to look at. Yeah,
Marcus,
that's,
can you see?
I can, thank you, Jenny. So
that's Lloyd Pike in there, is it? I think on the Wanderers. Upright in the contact.
Is just dipping into the contact. So for me, that takes it down from a red to a yellow card. Are you happy with that? Anything else from you,
I think
Jenny?
there could be mitigation here in terms of the footwork just before contact from Harry Morgan on the dip, and then the low degree of danger.
The tackler is always upright.
Yeah. He
The
is,
flick of his hair as well caused him to go the other way.
Blue.
He's just high in contact, isn't he? And that's the issue.
No, for me, I've got clear bending of the hips and the knees by 6 red, and then there's the last mitigation is the dip. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're happy. Okay. 6. He has. So his head on head it's head injury. Okay. So his meets foul play threshold. Okay. But for me, we have got a sudden dip from 15. Okay. So it is going to be a yellow card. Yeah.
Was it just yellow? Okay.
Yellow card.
Back to the check.
The question from Rodri Owens, is it
No,
still a yellow?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the right call, and pleased for Lloyd that he hasn't lost the whole of his cup final. It was definitely head-on-head contact, and I think the referee and the TMO and the ARs have done a good job there of going through from sort of that preset menu that they have in terms of mitigation, danger, etc. I think that they've arrived at the right outcome, and even though it's 10 minutes now down to 14 for the Llanelli Wanderers, at least it hasn't cost them the rest of the cup final.
It hasn't, but the try stood. Murphy, good strike, but again unsuccessful. Will that come back to bite Tondu? I'm not entirely sure. As we see that contact again, hopefully we might get to see the try as well. Here we are. Oh, flick on by Jamie Murphy. Right, Llanelli Wanderers 7, Tondu 18. And certainly Tondu have adapted better to this cup final experience than the Wanderers have, but this will help. Here's a chance for the Wanderers to pop one into the corner. I'd be surprised if they look towards the post here.
Yeah, they look like they're going to the corner. I think it's the right call. They've spent a lot of the last 10 for 15-minute periods sort of defending in their own half. So even though there's a very kickable 3 for Nick Gale there, and that would take them to 18-10, I just think the ability to create some pressure back on Tondu and spend some time up in this half of the field would be a good decision there for Llanelli Wanderers.
They've lost Lloyd Pike, good line-out exponent, who will be the target for the Wanderers. A lot of movement again. Eventually it does come in. Ryan Evans up and down in a hurry. Ball gets back to Rodri Evans. Rodri Owens, the captain.
That's fine. Stay. Okay, last once. No, don't play him, Bowen.
Now they get some momentum going. Stefan Phillips tries to get his hands on the ball. They're still going forward. Tondu have got to be... Well, Tondu pinched the ball. Not entirely sure what has happened. Wide ball out. Football skills needed. Harry Morgan does well. Composed. That's touched in flight. Great work by Nick Gale. That intercept was crucial.
You're all right over there, Christian, movie?
Harry Morgan is down clutching a knee. Was it Steph Lewis that broke through there? I'm trying to figure out who it was. How did he get the ball? I don't know.
The initial maul defence from Tondu was really good, and they were about to have to play it, and then I thought they were going to break out and go sort of from the left to the right, and then all of a sudden he's emerged with the ball in his hands and has gone to the other side of the field. But there was some good recovery, scramble defence from Llanelli Wanderers there. Nick Gale put himself in the passing lanes. You could see Harry Morgan was waiting to be able to throw the killer pass, but there was a good scramble defence there from Llanelli Wanderers, and those things are big, especially in the context of cup finals, in terms of momentum, but also the scoreboard as well.
Steph Lewis, I think he had some more time there, you know. He had showed a clean pair of heels to defenders. He could have gone on a little bit further, but it almost worked out. Harry Morgan's getting some tape on the left knee. And his troubles with injuries when he was a professional.
Sorry, no, I've had one. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Oh, really?
Middle game of the day, this one in the Championship. The Premiership final still to come. Pontypridd against Cross Keys. Music blaring at Principality. Downtown. Reminds me of Twin Town, this one. If you ever watched Twin Town, I think everybody in Wales has had a watch of it.
Okay, lads, yeah, water's off, please.
There's Harry Morgan. Tape on the head, now tape on the knee.
Okay. Time's back on.
And there's Jamie Murphy. Crucial in this first half Tondu performance. It's Tondu ball. 4-man line. Perfectly done. Top of the jump stuff. Everything working in unison, and what a box kick as well by Lindenburn. Wanderers on the retreat again.
And retreat
no real options for Nick Gale.
Thank you.
Another win for Tondu. Perfect line out.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Bowen Davis. That was a really well executed line out. He didn't have a great window to actually win the ball there, so they had to be at the top of the jump, and they was maxing out on the lifts, full extension on every part of it. And then I've also been really impressed by the quality of Gareth Lindenburn's kicks. Very accurate.
Clean line up ball again. Tondu looking sharp, looking settled. Tatchell.
Okay, release now, release, tackle. No, don't go in there, Rodri.
Great communication from the referee. Lindenburn looking either side. Ben Davis with the carry into the final seconds. 90 or so left in the first half of the Championship final.
Knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage to the Wanderers. If they could get something just before half-time, it would be a huge bonus for them. Play on, still live. Boom, big carry. Jake Baker.
Advantage is now over. Advantage over.
Hands. Again, could have gone through the hands. Not a bad nudge. Harry Morgan gets across. Low kick. Please. Finds the safety of the touchline. We're into the final minute. 11-point lead for Tondu. Is Harry Morgan happy with that knee? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, look at him at half-time.
Yeah, let's take a step. Okay, Wanderers, let's go, please.
Nice to see Jake Baker's first carry of the day. There's a big, strong, powerful ball carrier. He started the season off with Llanelli. I think he's an Armandford boy. Very powerful ball carrier.
Things not going to plan at the moment for the Wanderers. They look slightly out of sorts. Lindenburn. That was Baker. Just giving him some credit for a carry. Or potentially a high tackle. I think it's an advantage.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
No surprise to see Lindenburn.
Yeah, you want a penalty? You want it? Yeah?
There is a penalty. It's still penalty advantage.
Still on advantage.
Well, they're still playing. And Kane Woolerton has got some space out there. But back now he will come. Funny passage of play, that.
Yeah, you could hear the communication between the referee and the scrum half, Lindenburn there, but the referee was asking, do you want it? And there was no response from the 9, and he almost used that to his advantage. Held on to that ball, and then as he saw the Llanelli Wanderers guy lose a discipline and jump out the line, he sort of put that pass in and created half an opening for Woolerton. There's another high tackle there. So these little things now for Llanelli Wanderers, just little basics like tackle height and entries into rucks to try and be legal. If they allow this penalty count to continue,
we're in the red. We're in my time now.
It'll definitely be a factor in this game.
Well, the clock is red, but they want to have a look at a tackle.
Okay, shot called, lads.
The shot is called.
Yep, guys, water off, please. Sorry.
Some nudge this one.
No.
Jamie
Murphy.
Murphy.
You and Jamie at the same time then, okay? So Jamie wanted the advantage, you didn't.
What have we got here? 52 metres. Some nudge
moment, all right?
at Principality Stadium. Guess we're all happy with a tackle anyway. Just a penalty. They need nothing else. Remember, the Wanderers are already down to 14. Lloyd Pike.
Thank you, Jenny.
I think it was 52 metres. I think Jamie's used all of his experience there while the referee had his back turned to pinch a metre, so good on him as well. I wonder if that will make the difference.
Low. And not a pretty kick either. And Nick Gale has seen enough. Llanelli Wanderers, things not going to plan for them in this Championship Cup final. Tondu, I would say, in complete control. And the score at half-time at Principality Stadium. 3-1, Tondu lead, and they lead by 18 points to 7. More analysis after the break.
Croeso nôl i Stadiwm Principality, cwpan y bencampwriaeth i ni'n canolbwyntio arni ar hyn o bryd. Crwydred Llanelli yn erbyn Tondu, ac ar hyn o bryd Tondu sydd ar y blaen o 17-8 yn erbyn Crwydred Llanelli. Crwydred Llanelli gafodd y cais cynta'r capten Rodri Owen, y bachwr yn tirio, ac yn ei rhoi nhw ar y blaen, ac o'n nhw'n edrych yn ddigon cyfforddus, ond mae Tondu wedi taro nôl. Drychwch ar y bas yma gan Jamie Murphy yn creu i cais cyntaf nhw i brofiad rhyngwladol yn dangos i ddoniau. A Tondu, wel dim ond nhw sydd wedi bod yn ddi wedyn ni. Y bachwr Jake Lewis yn tirio am i hael gais nhw, ond nhw'n edrych yn gyfforddus tu hwnt. A maen nhw wedi ychwanegu trydydd cais hefyd. Crwydred Llanelli lawr i 14-10, felly mae yna dalcen caled yn ei wynebu nhw. Y sgôr fel o'n i'n gweud, 17 i Tondu, 8 i grwydred Llanelli ac Ifan. I ni mwynhau hyn yn y tywydd braf yma. Sgwn i a fydd crwydred Llanelli yn edrych ar ddechrau'r gêm nag yn meddwl, wel, wnaethon ni golli cyfleoedd, ambell i gic at y pist, 6 pwynt posib, a falle'r dechrau gwael yna wedi taflu nhw.
Ie, twtch yn wallus gan Llanelli, a fi'n credu welon ni camgymeriadau anghyfarwydd gan chwaraewyr hanfodol Llanelli, felly oedd e'n dipyn o glatio nhw ddim yn gallu mynd ar y blaen yn gydnara, enwedig yn gemau mowr fel hyn yn final. Chi moyn ei siŵr bod chi'n cael y dechreuad da na, dechreuad perffaith na, a pam chi yn cael cyfle i ychwanegu at y sgorbwrdd, chi moyn adeiladu pwysau trwy wneud siŵr bod y sgorbwrdd na jyst yn tican dros, ond anffodus i Llanelli, o'n nhw wedi cael dechreuad gwael.
Mae angen iddyn nhw daro nôl. English language commentary available on the red button, ond yn Gymraeg, nôl yn ni at Dydgu a Griff.
Yeah, game underway. Tondu will be certainly the happier at half-time.
Stay.
Though Llanelli Wanderers will be looking for a reaction.
Good, yeah, well done, thank you.
But they're on the back foot.
Good 8, well done.
Nick Gill finds the touchline. They can't seem to escape, Tom, from Tondu. They've got them in their grasp at the moment and in control of this clash, I feel.
Yeah, I agree, and I just think it's just basically the cumulative nature of Tondu doing all the little things better. They've just hung a really well-struck restart up there, won it in the air, then they forced some pressure in there. Now they're back in this area of the field again.
Yeah, and their line-out has been excellent. Out the back door from Lindenburn. Here comes try-scorer, Stu Young.
No hands, though.
Murphy. Sam Matthews. Got to get his knees to the deck. That ball has ripped play on. And be a chase back now for Jamie Murphy. And Josh Tatchell will be under pressure. A sea of Llanelli Wanderers defenders, but they've secured possession.
Stay, gents. Let's use.
Substitution on the field for Tondu.
Okay, let's use 9.
Get you some details who has come on for them. Nick Gale in the backfield. A little bit too much on that to find Murphy. Murphy, the fend off the left hand. Jack Hart brings him down.
I think territory is really an important thing in terms of their game plan. Llanelli Wanderers. There was an opportunity there for Nick Gale to counter-attack, and he'd have been comfortably over the halfway line, and that's normally the sort of the marker that a 15 or a backfield player would decide, maybe opt from kicking the ball and counter-attacking and keeping it in hand. But it's definitely something they've been told to do, I think, tactically, is to kick and establish field position in that way.
Harry Morgan. A little bit isolated there now.
Never on ball! Never on ball!
Good counter-ruck from the Wanderers, but Tondu ship it away. Bowen Davis. There's the replacement on the field, wearing 22.
Good. Stay. Let's use!
Good take.
Nope.
Jonathan George.
Don't play it.
Nick Gale. Long ball out. Back cup. Foot just on this near touchline for Jack Hart. Can't break the Tondu defence down at the moment.
Yep. It's on.
Yeah, no big ins at the moment, but I can definitely see an increase in intensity in around everything they're doing, really, Llanelli Wanderers, in terms of the way they're chasing things and hitting things both sides of the ball. So if they carry on doing that and maintain that intensity, it will eventually translate into something.
So I don't need you 14. Check. We've got someone checking.
Getting some treatment is Jamie
Time
Murphy.
is off, guys, okay? Go in. So I've got 15 of your players.
Getting some treatment.
Check.
Didn't look comfortable.
You're being checked.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask about it. Right?
Cross Keys arriving Principality Stadium. Game 1 and 3 is the best because you get the proper changing rooms. The middle game, you're not. Here's Pontypridd. At another cup final. Another day to enjoy. Tondu ball.
Another example of some really effective line-out play and a really accurate kick from Lyndon Burns, a feature in this game. And going back to my earlier point of doing the little things well, they do make a difference.
Yeah, timing's good.
Well, that is 22, and that's Iestyn Pope, I think. Just not seen his back. He's been wearing 22 from the start.
Blows, it's a knock-on into touch is an option. Okay, thank you. Yellow card is back on, Jen.
Yellow card back on.
Hang on, lads.
Lloyd Pike.
Hold it there, gents. Okay,
back
we've got
on
substitutions.
For the Wanderers. They're back to 15. What have they got to do, Tom, to change this? You almost feel there needs to be a little spark. There needs to be something to ignite them. They need tempo in their game.
Red 9.
Yeah, I think at some point they're going to have to come out of their tactical plan in terms of territory, and I think they're going to have to take a little bit more risk, particularly around that middle third, if they want to do something a little bit more adventurous. But just doing little things well. There's plenty of time left in this one. It's an 11-point game. There's 2 scores, and even though it might feel big at the moment, they don't have to panic and change absolutely everything. But it's just doing the little things well. Start off with a clean line out.
Any more, Mark?
No contest there. So not straight doesn't matter. Jack Hart takes that one.
Tackle, release now, release!
Yeah, it's a strange rule, but I do like it. You can see the referee there at half put his whistle to the mouth when he thought it wasn't straight. But in terms of the spectacle that you want to see, it's better for me if they haven't gone up in the air and hasn't had an impact to let it play.
Change at scrum half as well for the Wanderers. That can ignite things. Harry Morgan in the backfield today. Long, raking clearance.
Llanelli Wanderers fortunate enough to have 2 really talented scrum halves. I think Josh Reed was the man of the match in last year's final. A really talented player. To have Justin start the game with all his experience and then bring Josh on, another quality player, is a sign of good bench depth as well.
Okay, yeah, numbers. 3. Okay, red 7. Red 7, red 11. Changes, please. Hold, guys. Okay, you just hold the ball there.
Here's that first entry now in a decent bit of field position for Llanelli Wanderers. They'll be really eager and keen to do something really positive here, whether it's a drive or whether they play off the top. They'll want to strike the first blow on the scoreboard here.
Okay, thank you.
It's a chance then. Can they sort their line out? Can they win ball? Yes is the answer. No problem bringing that down.
8 blue.
Jake Baker, well, there was a problem. 1-man sack is what I heard.
We've got an advantage, Wanderers, okay?
An advantage to the Wanderers, but that's gone forward from Nick Gale's left and right hand. Back they will come, and there'll be another chance to go to the corner. Sam Ike, I think, is on wearing 20 as well.
The ball had formed, and then he took it down.
For the Wanderers.
Thank you, Alan.
You can see Mason Hughes on as well for Tondu wearing 21.
Blows, bring my AR, please.
Into the corner. The Wanderers have gone. Jonathan George, perfect nudge. Line out on the 5 then for Llanelli Wanderers.
Having penalised for the sack on the last line out, it'd be interesting to see how Tondu elect to deal with this. Will they go to the air or will they stay down and push? If they sack again illegally, it would be a dangerous area of the field to be doing it.
Oh, that's an overthrow.
The advantage over.
And the clearance again, I think, is the blindside. Ben Davis puts boot to ball. Chase in midfield.
Advantage knock on. Knock on, advantage over.
And here's a chance that Tondu are going to take Sam Matthews over for their 4th try. Seconds ago, the Wanderers had a 5-metre line out. Now they're trudging back under their own sticks, and they're further behind in this Championship Cup final. The Wheelers are celebrating.
That'll be huge in terms of momentum now. It's going to take some real leadership and character from Llanelli Wanderers, like you said, to go from one area of the field to the other. They say never give up and don't stop chasing lost causes, and that's exactly what they did there, and they were rewarded for it. You can see, I think it's a loose carry or a loose offload here from Josh Weeds, but then really good work. And then Sam Matthews has been impressive for me, and a really good finish into the corner. But not giving up on that initial kick chase and that forcing that error has led to a 5 and maybe a 7-pointer.
Change of kicker. And a positive result. Josh Tatchell, 12 on his back, makes it a 7-pointer for Tondu. Could have read very differently if the Wanderers had gone over. Could be a very tight clash. Now the gap is 18.
Yeah, 3 scored now. They'll have to score 3 times to get back into this one. So it's significant in terms of momentum, but also in terms of the scoreboard. And that scoreboard will apply pressure now. I can expect to see Llanelli Wanderers will have to start being a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, it's a long way back for the Wanderers now. Change at 5. Ryan Evans off.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
Ben Davis takes the restart. Good long present to make it a little bit easier. Lindburn, is that touched? Might have been. Mason Hughes on the chase.
No, he's always going down. Good tackle there.
Nick Gale, oh, he's in at 9 now. Back up, loose again.
Yeah, no hands, 8. Stay.
Not being as slick as they usually are, the Wanderers today. Flat at the moment. Can they ignite something to get them going? Ball back inside.
Okay, tackle now,
Back
release.
up again involved. Weeds.
Yeah, no hands, 6, no hands. Thank you.
Options either side. Baker, oh, right decision.
Okay, we're forward into touch, we've got our option.
I think it's more of that kind of...
Okay.
I think we've got a chance. Lloyd has found his way into one of the
Red 1,
hospitality
red
boxes,
3.
has he?
Changes. Red 1, red 3, changes.
Reit, dwi ma gyda legend y game, Lee Byrne. Lee, it's all right up here, isn't it?
Oh, mate, do you know what? It's a great atmosphere. 2 of my clubs. My first club was Gen Athletic, first game unfortunately lost, and Tondu in the second game. So, yeah, really, really weird to be here. But yeah, it's a great atmosphere as well, I've got to be honest.
Didn't fancy a run out today, no?
Oh, do you know, I presented the jerseys to the Athletic this morning, and after the team talk and listened to the boys, I was like, I was ready to put my boots on. Then I walked on the stairs, I was going down sideways, and I thought, yes, my knees are gone, so no.
So you see the games today for Bridgend and for Tondu. How big are they for the community?
Oh, mate, it's grassroots rugby. It's where I started, where a lot of players my generation started, and I don't think if I hadn't started at these clubs, these community clubs, and get into where I got to, I think I don't think I would have. And today epitomises that. You look at the crowd, and some of these players won't get a chance to come back again. Some of them will. But what a great day, and I think it's really important that the WRU keep putting on days like this, and I know they've moved it to the Saturday now as well, which probably helps a lot of people as well with weekends, and I think it's a great day out.
Yeah, I spoke to Matt Tatchell earlier. He said that they like to chuck the ball about Tondu. Are you impressed with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, mate, Tondu looked really well disciplined and drilled. My old mate Ian Boobier is involved there from Scarlets as well. Yeah, I think they're looking good at the moment. Obviously, Bridgend Athletic were probably favourites going into that game. Didn't quite work for them. Discipline probably let them down. But fair play to Carnarvon. They travelled down this morning, and they stuck together. And their crowd, their fans as well, mate. To travel all the way down as well, 5.5 hours or whatever it is. It's great. So I'm just really excited to be here, to be honest.
Brilliant, Lee. Thank you for your time, legend. Nice one, mate. Top man. I appreciate
Over
it.
the 15, line out ball for the Wanderers in midfield. Phillips. Oh, intercept. This is Steph Lewis. We saw him go, or attempt to go all the way earlier, but I think he is going to go. The left hand is in the air. Steph Lewis. Take a breath. That'll be a try he remembers for a very, very long time. Is that game set and matched, Tondu? It could be. What a score for the 8.
Yeah, you need big players like that to make big plays in cup finals to make sure you come away with a trophy. It's a great defensive read. It's an 11 play from a line out, but it's telegraphed. He's read that really early with the runaround movement between the 9, the pivot player, and the 15. So he's made an early call on it, and he's gambled, and it's the right call, and that's going to be 7 points for his team, which will make it very, very difficult now for Llanelli Wanderers to get back into this game. A big, big play.
Well, after.
Yeah, I thought he had some wheels earlier. He could have gone. Well, he has done. And Tondu, the wheels are well and truly turning for them. Sucking in air. Gulps of it. Back to the regular kicker in Jamie Murphy. He had the extras. Simple conversion. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. Llanelli Wanderers 7, Tondu 32. 25 minutes left on the clock. Is it game, set, and match?
I think it is, yeah. It's going to be really difficult to get back with that score margin. Nothing's impossible, of course, and we'll have seen it before. That's a big, big margin now to try and get back. So you can expect to see Llanelli Wanderers be really prepared to take risk now and be open to playing from a little bit deeper than they were initially in the contest. I think they'll have to do that.
Outside, Blues outside.
I completely agree. Caution to the wind for the Wanderers now. There's captain Bowen Davis carries. That's a maul.
Okay,
I've been impressed with Bowen Davis and Lyndon Burnew's on the ball. Just think they've done everything well. You know, no big stand-up moments, but they've been instrumental really both in terms of their line-up and their kicking game. I think they've been 2 excellent players.
But this is what you need. Throwing caution to the wind. Josh Weeds. They were well behind in the semi-final against Beddau, almost dead and buried there. And hang on, we've got a little bit of a problem here.
Four blue.
Okay, 4 blue. Okay, Sam.
Is it Bowen Davis?
He has. Okay, it's round the neck. Okay, you have 10 minutes for that.
Okay. Just after that.
Yes.
They'll
have a look. Okay, all right.
There's a confirmation of the yellow card. Bowen Davis. He's a co-captain because Sam Grabham's on as well, is he? I think.
Sorry, 10.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I think it's the right call, and I think it's fair as well in terms of the initial Lloyd Pike yellow card from the first half. A different kind of high tackle, but if you're going to penalise for that in line with the law, I think they've both done it right. And they're just looking for extra things from 13 red here. Tucked wing as he comes in to try and deal with that player on the floor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well, the TMO's come in and said just have a word with him. Oh, that's certainly high. No real high degree of danger. Knew as soon as he went over the ball.
Drop by your own player.
From
Step
the penalty, Tondu pinch the Wanderers line out.
No, he's got a lift out.
Lindenburn takes it back to the Wanderers. Nick Gale ships it off. Simply have to go for it now.
No, good.
Lewis Jones tried to break tackles. Weeds changes his mind. Forward. Loose ball.
Play an advantage.
Kane Woolerton. It's a knock-on advantage. You can sense the frustration in the ranks of Llanelli Wanderers. Questioning things, not happy with decisions, not happy with their own performance. Sam Grabham now captain on the field for Tondu.
No.
The more of those things now that go against the Wanderers, the harder it'll be for them. So the missed line opportunity in Tondu's 22, and then from the ensuing transition attack opportunity, an inaccurate pass that goes to the floor, and now they're under pressure again in their own half. Yeah, the more they get these little moments wrong, the more difficult it will be for them to claw their way back in.
11 offside.
Stu Young deemed to be offside.
11. How far to you?
They've had a couple of chances of the Wanderers. You know, they've been in that far corner, Tom, and again they're going to have a chance to go in there.
They're having a look.
They're not clinical enough. They can't execute things like they normally do.
Yeah, things their coaches will look at is the total time spent in 22 in terms of attack, but also the amount of entries and then the conversion rate between the amount of entries and then the amount of points that you come away with. I just think Tondu have been far better in that instance there. But Llanelli Wanderers be frustrated. They've had lineups like this one they're about to have now, but they haven't been accurate enough. It's either in terms of their drill or from good defence from Tondu, but the conversion rate in the 22 has been a factor for sure.
Yeah, but hold it, okay. Aled, if you can just hold it to throw, please.
I'm going to take one of these chances.
Yeah, thank you.
The Wanderers from Llanelli. Morgan Hughes is on in the middle of the front row for try scorer Jake Lewis. It's a penalty advantage. He'll have another chance, another bite of the cherry. Lloyd Pike just short of the line. Is that Baker?
No hands. No, Murphy back.
Weeds. Is that ball down? Has he got it down? And the benefit of having a look on TMO.
Yeah. Okay. Jenny, I'm coming to you. Okay.
Let's have a listen to the conversation. What's the question to start
with?
with?
Any clear grounding by red? On-field decision is held up, and if so, we'll go back for a penalty for 10 offside.
Was his own hand underneath it?
I'm going to get you the best angles now.
My gut instinct says that this part of that ball has been grounded.
Yeah, I concur.
Nick. Yeah, if we could...
Just wonder whether the angles will be conclusive enough to prove it is the issue, isn't it, in line with the questions of the referee.
On-field decision is held up.
I just think the front nose of that ball there now, I think, has been grounded.
There?
Yeah. I agree. And a yellow card. Yeah, I agree.
Marcus, they're the best angles I can give you.
Okay, so my on-field decision stands in that I've got no clear evidence that there is a grounding, so the ball is held up. However, 10 is in an offside position when he tackles, therefore penalty try, yellow card. Okay, Sam, okay.
Good.
So I've got no clear evidence of the grounding of the ball. It's held up. However, 10 was in an offside position when he tackled the ball, so it's a penalty try and a yellow card. Yellow card as well. Okay, 10. Okay, so yellow card.
Right, bit of a double whammy for Tondu. Jamie Murphy offside when he made the tackle on Josh Weeds, so it's an automatic 7-pointer.
That's even better for Llanelli Wanderers than the original try for Josh Weeds, because they've got the 7 points, plus they've got a key instrumental playmaker for Tondu and a man down now for the next 10 minutes. So it's a big moment. If they do have any hope of getting back into it, this will certainly be a little bit of an energiser for them, I think.
Yeah.
Change of hooker.
Who's your captain now,
Rodri Owens leaves.
12, thank you. Thank you. Time back on.
Confirmation. Oh, the captain is now. 2 yellow cards.
Okay,
see how long is left on the first one for Bowen Davis. Here's a chance for the Wanderers. 15 against 13. Spaces will be out there. Back up. Gale. Textbook tackle by Sam Grabham.
No, he was committed, gents. He's committed.
Really falling into that one.
Stay.
Was Dean Howells, I think, carrying them, wearing 26.
I think Josh Weeds has really livened this game up, his quality of his pass, the speed of delivery. And just as Tondu are hoping to set first in defence, that ball is emerging quicker from the breakdown, so he's been a good attacking substitution for Llanelli Wanderers, and he was needed, I think.
Nick Gill held in contact.
I missed that.
Abrasive in contact there. Ben Chiffy. A little bit of tempo coming now to the Wanderers game. There he is again, Chiffy. Breaking tackles for fun.
Hold away.
Weeds. Another score now would make this very, very interesting going into the final 20. Elgan Morgan.
Okay, we've got no on tackle against him.
Player of the match against Crymych. Jake Baker! Half a metre short. Composure now needed. Was that offside from Woolerton?
No, 15, no 15. Stay.
Couple of injuries. Good offload.
Release.
Owain Davis.
Advantage, not rolling.
It's another penalty advantage. Tondu on the wrong side of the referee now. Is that Morgan? Has he got it down? He says yes, but I think we're going to go upstairs.
The variety from Josh Weeds in terms of attacking open and short side has made things really difficult for Tondu in terms of setting their defence, but also the variety in
Jenny, I'm going to have to come back to you.
1, 2 or 3 in those forward pods. The defensive line just don't know who's getting them. That's getting them over the front foot, and the speed of ball from the next ruck is quick.
On the field decision is held up. I don't have a clear grounding by red, and if so, we'll come back to a penalty for offside. Sorry, not rolling away.
The on-field decision is held up.
Held up.
I'm checking grounding.
Thank you, yes.
Such a tough one. Why do they have to ask a question anyway? You know, can you help me out here? Can't quite see. Can you tell me what's happened? What's happened is try.
Good for me, yeah. Try scored. Yeah, I'm happy with that, Jenny. Try scored.
Great.
One look is all it took for referee Marcus Caudle, and it should be a 7-pointer. Elgan Morgan with a try, player of the match in their last game against Crymych in the league.
Yeah.
I said they were dead and buried against Beddau. They found a way back to sneak the semi-final, 30 points to 28. Well, now they trail by 32 points to 21 as we head to a water break, and that means we can head down to Lloyd.
Yeah. What's the timings on the
Dwi'n meddwl Sean Gailey unwaith eto. Sean, it's been a mental last 10 minutes. The comeback's on, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously, first half we were very, very disappointed. We weren't at the physicality we needed to be, but obviously they got 2 yellow cards now. We let them in for another try, but as you say, the last couple of minutes, we've been on fire, so I just hope we can carry it on, and it's game on. But at the moment we sort of got the energy levels, and we've got enough to do it now. But the boys are going well now, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a funny old 20 minutes.
Yeah, and of course, the last in the semi-final, you were 26 points down at this point, and you came back. The boys are not. The boys know how to dig in. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I say they were great against Beddau. You know what I mean? But we've done it once, but to do it a second time would be miraculous. But at the moment, you've got to back our players. We scored 2 tries in the last 5 minutes. Obviously they're down to 13 men, and anything can happen.
Mate, it's cup final rugby. Anything can happen. All the best, mate. Cheers, Sean.
21 blue.
Changes happening for both teams now. Scott Calicott on for Tondu, wearing 18.
Blue 21 gone now.
There he is, ball in hand.
Okay. We all good there, Craig, Mark? Yeah.
All set.
Okay.
For a chaotic 19 minutes to finish off this Championship Cup final. Momentum has swung a little bit now in favour of the Wanderers. Yellow cards have helped them, penalty try has helped them. And they will keep on playing. Sam Ike.
Tackle now, release.
Josh Backup, you want your players with that Premiership Cup final experience, played here before experience, now to step up to the plate. Josh Weeds has certainly done that when he's come on. The scrum half has livened things up, and you'd expect that. Player of the match in the Div 1 Cup final last year.
No.
As twice now, Jake Baker's looked to do that, once really successfully for a line break, the little pick and go through the ruck. He's just tried it again there. Probably in response to seeing Tondu sort of dumping and fanning and leaving spaces around that ruck at guard area, just go through the middle of it.
Defending when you're down 2 players, I think they're still down to 2. What do? Do you just narrow in a little bit and take a risk out wide?
Yeah, you certainly can't cover everything, so you'd probably drop one player from the backfield. Otherwise, you might have had maybe a 9 in a kicking space role and then 2 in the deeper backfield. You'd certainly have more in the front line. But the key there is the decision making around the breakdown, when you compete and when you don't. If you don't compete at all, it becomes very, very quick, and they'll find the space anyway. But if you do over-compete, then you're going to leave yourself really short with maybe 8 or 9 players in that front line, and the space will be found.
Yes. Okay, 20 blue. Yeah, make sure we're having a clear
There's
wrap.
injuries, couple of injuries. I can see Nick
Yeah,
Gale
yeah,
down
that's
there.
why there's no penalty, okay? But just be careful. Okay.
There are 2
time off.
Wanderers players down at the moment. 3 actually. 1 more game still to come. There we have it.
The clock on the yellow. The first
Premiership
yellow,
Cup final. Pontypridd against Cross Keys. 2 big old clubs. Who's going to take that one, Tom?
That'll be a tight one. I've seen both clubs play this season. I think Pontypridd would be slight favourites, but I just think Cross Keys have had some big wins on the way into this final already, so you'd write them off at your peril. But I think they played 2 cup finals, 2012 and 2014, perhaps 2 Titanic, plus I think Gavin Price in 2 really talented Premiership teams back in the day. So it's a good rerun of some previous finals. It'll be a good game this afternoon.
You as a coach up in Pontypool in Super Rugby coming out, do you look down at this level of competition to think, oh, okay, well, that's someone who could perform at a higher level, and you go after them and have a look at them?
Yeah, 100%. There's players out here today I'm thinking would strengthen our team and add to our thing, but there's definitely players in probably the Welsh Premiership, the Championship, and down to Division 1 who you feel I've definitely I've got it in them to play at a higher level. The commitment is obviously a little bit higher, but you can find some young ones who are sort of rough diamonds and unpolished, or you can find some maybe older heads who have gone down a little bit, but can do a job coming back up to a higher level. But yeah, certainly as a coach in terms of recruitment, particularly this end of the season, you are looking not only in your own league, but down to the 2 or 3 below as well.
Crouch. Bind. Okay. Up we come, gents.
Reset of this scrum then.
We've already folded in. Let's keep our gap, please, gentlemen.
Good pictures, ones.
Okay.
Good pictures, which means paint the right picture, what the referee wants to see. Square. Shoulders above hips. Long binds. They're the kind of things as a prop you have to think of. Now, it's not just scrummaging.
Gone, lads, gone.
Tondu. Too much on that one. Mistakes creeping in to the Tondu game. Got a chance to bring Ivan Phillips in. Ivan, they were written
65 is on.
written off in the semi-final, the Wanderers. They found a way to beat Beddau. Can they do it again, Ivan?
Yeah, you got to give it to Wanderers. They've fought their way back into this game, and I thought the game was dead and buried, but no, they've come back. The discipline from Tondu has let Llanelli Wanderers back in, and as long as Llanelli Wanderers are now going to be accurate with their stuff, I think the good teams, they always find a way, and Llanelli Wanderers, they've been here before, and they're definitely a team that can find a way.
You've got 15 against 13. Where are the gaps, Ivan?
Oh, I think you still have to go through your process. If you've got a strong driving ball, you can tighten them up that way, but I think the gaps are out wide, and if Llanelli Wanderers can just be accurate enough to look after the breakdown, be accurate in the line out and put pressure on Tondu, I'm sure the gaps will appear.
Back foot.
Diolch, Ivan. Liam Gully wearing 19 is on for Tondu, replacement scrum half. Oh, that's a good little nudge, is it? From Nick Gale. A lot of chasers. Wants to be brave. Oh, super down on the ball. Still young there. Up and away. Got his team out of trouble there, did the left winger.
Clever kick from Nick Gale. He saw the kick space early and there was loads of gas on the wing. He threaded himself between 2 defenders. I thought he was going to get there.
Let's use
Liam Gully. First touch is a box kick. And a good one at that. 15 minutes. 11-point game. That was the nudge from Nick Gale.
They're coming through, lads. They'll tell me. I don't know. They'll tell me. Blues online. I don't know, mate.
Good little loose of the shoulder by Stu Young on Lewis Jones there, just to drift him across a little bit.
Yes, then. Take a step for me. You're on the line. Thank you.
Wanderers line out. Late entry by Steph Phillips. Oh, miscommunication.
No hands, no hands.
Not a Scooby-Doo what was happening there.
Okay, let's use.
Those are the kind of moments you thought the Wanderers had got out of their system. They're just creeping back in. They'll have to go from backfield. Weeds offloads inside. Has that gone forward from Morgan? I think it has. Just dropping at his toes.
Yeah, okay,
and before the scrum, we can have a word from Lloyd.
Red 14, change.
Yeah, Dumada, Simon King, Isaforder, Tondu. Right, Simon, you've had a great game so far. Yes. The gap is starting to close. What are the messages going on right now?
Well, the messages are carry on with what we've been doing. You've got to give Llanelli Wanderers credit. They've come back into the game, and there's no doubt all the momentum is with them now. A couple of disciplinary problems we had there, and we paid the price for it. So hopefully when we get back to full complement, we can get back to basics and carry on.
Is that discipline something you've struggled with this season, or do you think it's the occasion?
No, we've been very, very good, to be honest. Our discipline and defence has been, I think one of the best in the division, and we're hard on it, and at the moment I don't know what the decisions were, but it happens.
Yeah. Back up to 14 now, not long left on the other yellow card. How do you see out this game?
Well, as I said, go back to playing territory, play in the right areas of the field and make it difficult for them to get into the areas they want to be. And that's our challenge now.
Brilliant. All the best, Simon. Thank you very much. Thank you for the man.
Yeah, they are back to 14. I think Bowen Davis is back on. A little bit of pressure in the scrum. Try scorer Steph Lewis. Lovely little offload. Hitting a line.
No, that's fine. He's on his back. I'm happy with it.
Still Tondu ball. The Wanderers want a penalty and they get one.
Just
Shanko Morgan over the ball, I think.
Yeah, good technique over the
20.
ball there.
Sorry, Sam Ike.
Yeah, Sam, talented player, Sam. You can expect to see him impact around that collision and around the contact area. But the one prior to that as well, I think it was Josh Reed with a really physical tackle. I think he's probably annoyed he hasn't had the start by the way he's performing. He's getting stuck into everything. He's good on the ball, but he's been really physical without the ball as well.
Inside the 22? Yeah, take a step over. Thank you. Yeah, we'll put red or online now, guys. Take a step over, Yeston.
Tondu running out of gas. They're not running on empty yet. But the wheel is certainly turning a little bit slower. Wanderers on the charge. Butcup. Sam Ike, well, he's just won the penalty, but got a little bit isolated there. And Ben Davis strong over the ball.
Isolated 6 on ball.
There was lovely flow onto that. It was a nice long pass from the line out. Clean line out ball. Josh Butcup, the little late tip at the line, but because he tipped it late at the line then, with the ball carry, he was isolated because he was taken out of that contact area, and then Tondu have won the race to it. Ineffective clean out, but it's difficult to do that as a 10 on a 6 when you've already lost the race.
Okay.
I'm not sure sometimes how you can legally clear a ruck out without going off your feet, unless you're the All Blacks. You can do what you want.
Yeah, definitely it is difficult. You talk about creating speed of ball and things, but as soon as people have got into good positions and they're there ahead of you, they've obviously taken the crop roll and rightly so out of the laws this year, and that's been harshly penalised to try and eradicate it from the game. But short of sort of flying into people and losing control of your arms and legs, there's not many good ways of removing people.
Correct. The teams seem to do it and get away with it sometimes. Flying off their feet, diving into the contact area, wiping people away. The ball is on the plate, makes for a better game. But it can be very unhealthy for a jackler.
Cheers, 8. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, it's definitely something that will be coached as well in terms of the way that the ruck removal, but also just once you've removed the threat, is to kill them onto the floor as well, to try and make sure that they're not back on their feet for the next defensive set. So if you're taking yourself out the game to wipe the ruck up, you take out one of their defenders with you as well. So it's an important part of the game. There's so many contacts happening in the game, up to around 200 in some games. So that contact there is something that has to be coached well for successful teams.
Okay, we're in the 15. Good.
15 on 15 in this one now. Yellow cards are back on.
No hands, no hands,
Morgan with a tick.
No lift, no clear lift.
Or is it Elgin Morgan, 23? That is Shanko Morgan. Again, a little bit isolated. Weeds gets there.
No hands, no hands.
Every contest now is a battle. James Harris, replacement prop, wearing 23 on. Benches being emptied as we nudge nearer the final 10 minutes of the Championship Cup final. Bat Cup.
No.
Found a way through.
No, you stepped away.
A lot of contacts.
Yeah, advantage, too slow rolling away.
Too slow to move. Weeds elects to kick one through. Spoke about that in the first half. When you've got a penalty advantage, you can maybe play a couple more phases before you lose that advantage, you know. So kicking at first as the first choice might not be the right option.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think maybe potentially in this instance though, to keep on playing 2, 3, 4 phases and not get there potentially would slow the clock down. And if you look at the context of the scoreboard, 11 points down, it might be a prudent option to just go straight into the corner and make it a quicker entry.
Blue 22, change.
There's a nice variety there in terms of the way they play from static sort of pods offline to have 3 options flat at the line and any one of 3 being an option. I think it was a really effective change of attack and tack there.
Neston Pope leaves.
Yeah.
And I think it's potentially Cohen Lewis on, 17 years at the club. Wanderers ball. What have they got to offer? Ben Chiffy.
No hand, 17.
Been abrasive in contact, as is that man, Elgin Morgan.
No hands.
Putting some pace onto the ball. There's another big man.
Offside,
Baker.
19 blue, offside.
Tondu offside. An easy 3-pointer, but the Wanderers want 5. Still advantage being played. Ball shoots out somehow. Back we will come. Are there multiple penalties? Not entirely sure.
Guys, have you got anything?
11-point game. You're down here. You want to leave with more than 3, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just doing the maths quickly in my head now. 32-24 would still be an 8-point game and a 2-point score. So I think for me, this would be going for try here.
Good maths. And indeed, that's what they do. Elgin Morgan, as he's made a difference coming off the bench, as is that man. Weeds, but that ball, I was going to say, could have gone, but he spun out of it and has got the ball down on the line. And it's the Wanderers who've got all the momentum in this clash. Tondu hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, it's not just the impact of Josh Weeds, but the pack and the way they're responding to him. They're picking holes around the first 4 defenders, around the ruck from Tondu, and they're coming onto the ball at such pace, allowing Josh Weeds to pick the right pass, and they're over the top of the game line. Elgin Morgan and Jake Baker in particular looking really threatening off sort of, quick front foot plays off 9.
Conversion, an important one for Nick Gale and the Wanderers. It's a 4-point game. We had a cracker in the Division 1 Cup final, and we've got one heck of a finish in the Championship Cup final now. Llanelli Wanderers 28, Tondu 32. Oh, that's a big moment. Holding on from the restart. Well, difficult kick. What do? Do you look for 3 points, or do you go to the corner?
Shot called.
It depends on the trust, I think, between the leadership on the field in terms of captaincy and the coaches in the stand, but also who your kicker is and what the percentage likelihood of this kick being 3 points. I suppose if you've got the faith in the kicker, then it takes you back to 7 points of an advantage. For me personally, I think this is a really tough kick. I think seeing the way the game has gone and Llanelli Wanderers been on the front foot for the last 15 to 20 minutes, I think I would have potentially opted to ask my team to go into the corner and spend a little bit more time in deep in Llanelli Wanderers 22, in particular with the clock as it is on 74 minutes. Even if you don't end up scoring, if you spend 3-4 minutes there, it could be the game.
This is a big moment. Jamie Murphy. Height. What about direction? What about distance? Pushed it. Dotted down. Be a restart from the 22.
22, lads.
Clock is ticking. Almost into the final 5 minutes.
Okay, Wanderers, make sure you're behind.
And that's back to my point, really. If you take a minute for the kick, it's still on 74 minutes now when they're restarting the game.
Murphy, back ball in hand. Sliced that up and under. Taken by Elgan Morgan.
Yeah, leave it. No, leave it. You're never on ball. Okay. No, dip it. Always dip in.
There's a lot of questions about high tackles. A lot of chat to referee at every ruck.
No,
Samike. Yeah, Morgan. Elgan Morgan has impressed me. He's done very well since coming on. Batcup been involved in all things the Wanderers.
Yeah, he's really neat and tidy, Josh Batcup. He does everything well. He's a glue player for this team. Anything good in terms of shape or thing that you see, he's in the middle of it organising. But every time he's been asked to carry the ball, always carries it securely. Ball presentation is always on point. Just sometimes, just all the little basic things done well. They facilitate your team then growing back into a game, particularly when they were 20 points down.
Ben Davies has done well there for Tondu. He was isolated. The blindside flanker in the backfield just managed to keep his height for long enough and stay on his feet. Oh, in on the full. Moments like that can change things. Some fans aren't happy. If it hit the line, of course the line is out.
There was five Llanelli Wanderers players in the backfield there, so they're obviously asking Tondu to kick them, so they got numbers behind the ball to counter-attack, obviously being 4 points behind. So if Tondu have any kicks in this last 3 or 4 minutes now, they'll have to make sure that they're accurate kicks, because they don't want to be any feeding any counter-attacking opportunities for the Wanderers.
4 point game. Always a tricky one. A try potentially wins it for the Wanderers. Elgan Morgan. He's impressed me from the bench. Low and firm. Well, Tom, you've got 3 minutes to get back pitch-side to studio. It's good to have your company in commentary. By the time you get down there, someone else might have won this game.
Thank you.
It's the Wanderers on the charge. Jamie Murphy tries to get hands on ball. Does eventually get out to there. Batcup in at 12.
Yeah, advantage.
That's a penalty advantage. They will have a chance to go to the corner. George with a kick across field. Oh, lost by number 8, Steph Lewis. Is that ball still live?
Okay, lads.
Scott Collicott was there for Tondu.
All the scrum 5. All the scrum 5.
There's options here. Penalty or scrum 5.
Scrum 5 called, carried back over.
And the Wanderers want a scrum. Could have gone to the corner. And this is how it finished up for Steph Lewis. Oh!
There's the mark, gentlemen.
Yeah, carried back. Collicott got the ball down. This is the game right here for Llanelli Wanderers.
Okay, boys. Okay, let's go.
A championship final will come down to a scrum.
Wanderers, let's take a step back, please. I'm happy with Tondu.
Clock is still ticking, time not called off. Half a reset here.
Yeah, just take a step back. I'll tell you when we're on my time, okay? Crouch. Bind. Set. No,
solid scrum for the Wanderers.
Okay, let's use.
Trying to get the nudge on. But it gets back to Jonathan George.
No hands, Tondu, no.
No hands, Tondu are told, and they listen. Baker over the ball. They're going to keep this tight to the Wanderers.
Release. Back foot,
Weeds in there. Morgan, does he get it down? Is he held up? The arm is in the air from the referee. Elgin Morgan does get the ball down. His second since coming on. He has influenced this final massively. The Wanderers, as it stands, are ahead as the clock will turn red. They will look at it again. But Elgin Morgan, 23 on his back, in the middle of the front row, I think has won it for Llanelli Wanderers.
Yes. Yes, please. Wait, lads, hold. Sorry, yeah, it's official. Can we please have a look at any red knock-on before placing the ball for a try? In the ruck, leading before the try.
Well, they want to have a look at the ruck, see if there's a knock-on there. Oh, this could be heartbreak.
I'm just getting the angles for you now.
Thank you.
Does the clock go back to when the knock-on happened or not? That's the question.
Do a time check as well, lads.
Well, nothing clear and obvious there. And he's got the grounding himself.
Nothing clear and obvious. Stay with your on-field decision.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
On-field decision was try, and the try stands for the Wanderers. And Nick Gale will take his time.
Thank you. We've got time to play, lads, okay? We've got time.
Arm is in the air. I'm not sure why they've taken that so quickly. Did they have to? I'm not sure. But the Wanderers are ahead by 3 points. What a dramatic finish to the championship final. There's the player of the match, Steph Lewis. Those tries maybe gave him that award, but he'll be disappointed if he leaves on the losing team today. Tondu haven't been able to hang on, and that restart too far. The final whistle goes. Llanelli Wanderers got out of jail against Beddau in the semi-final, and they've done it again in the final against Tondu. They were 32 points to 7 down, and remarkably they have turned that around. 4 tries since that point unanswered. They have scored 28 points. Testing my mathematics there. Credit to both teams. Tondu, they must have thought they had it won, but the Wanderers came storming back. The final score in the Championship Cup final, remarkably, Llanelli Wanderers 35, Tondu 32.
Oes bach am gêm unwaith eto. Oedd crwydred Llanelli ar reoli o 32 i 7, ond rywsut maen nhw wedi ennill hwnna o 35 i 32. Ifan, siwt?
Oh, what a teg, you know. O'n i'n meddwl oedd yr eilyddion oedd ar y faint i Llanelli, o'n nhw wedi creu tipyn o argraff ar y gêm hefyd. Yn anffodus i Tondu, oedd i disgybleth nhw wedi gadael nhw lawr eitha tipyn, ond ware teg i Llanelli Wanderers, fel tîmau da, chi o hyn darganfod ffordd, a chi byth yn rhoi'r ffidil yn y to, a'n union be na Llanelli Wanderers, felly ware teg nhw, a ni wedi cael ei ddyddanu ma heddi o ran gemau, ni.
O, boes bach do. Tom, Tondu, falle neuog o dynnu trod oddi ar ysbardyn, ond nhw'n edrych môr gyfforddus yn yr ail hanner na.
Ie, tegi beth o ddifan yn gweud ynglyn â'r disgyblaeth yn amlwg pan gath y doi gard yn felen, a fi'n credu newydd arddull chwarae gyda crwydr Llanelli. Nhw'n dechrau lledaenu'r bel yn bach yn fwy, yn lle mynd i'r awyr a cicio yn fwy, nhw'n dechrau trial cyflymu'r bel. Elgan a Josh Weeds oddi ar y fainc yn cyflymu pethau, a fi'n credu mwy, bydden ni falle'n dathlu mwy beth nath crwydr yn dda na beth nath Tondu falle ddim wneud yn yr ail hanner.
Newn ni wneud hynny yn y man, ond mae gyda Lloyd gwmni yng nghanol y dathlu.
Reit, cwestiwn bach amlwg, ond Nick, Gael, sut wyt ti'n teimlo?
Mae bach yn anhygoel, anodd i gredu i ddechrau, ond wnaethon ni'r un peth yn y rwng gynderfynol, 19 pwynt i ôl, a wnaethon ni'n fwy anodd eddi, so na, jyst falch taw ni sy'n mynd gyda'r cwpan eto, so hapus.
Ond beth mae hwnna'n dweud amdano chi fel tîm? Chi'n gallu digo mewn yn erbyn pan chi'n stryglo a dod mas gyda'r buddugoliaeth 2 waith yn olynol?
Mae lot o gymeriad yr tîm. Ni'n gwybod pan wnaethon ni dewis y tîm oedd fainc cryf gyda ni. So, oedd e ddim fod mor anodd i ni, ond na, falch dath y boes mlaen a wneud job yn dda.
Nick, wyt ti'n ffantastig heddiw, da iawn ti, ewch i joio. Da iawn boi, diolch yn fawr.
O, maen nhw'n mynd i joio yn dyn nhw. Mae'r cefnogwyr tu ôl i ni ar ben i digon. Hyd yn oed cefnogwyr Tondu sydd uwch ein pennau ni. Maen nhw'n cymeradwyo i'w chwaraewyr ni hefyd. Mae rai fi ofyn, Ifan, falle bod rhai tîmau a dycnwch a chymeriad ynddyn nhw. Wnaethon ni weld Llanelli, crwydriad Llanelli wneud union yr un peth yn y rownd gynderfynol, a welon ni nhw y llynedd yn ennill cwpan adran 1. Maen nhw'n gwybod sy'n mae ennill fan hyn.
Ie, yn sicr fi'n credu mae ennill yn habit yma. Llanelli Wanderers yn sicr yn gwybod siwt i ennill. Maen nhw'n dîm sy'n dîm tyn iawn, a maen nhw'n barod i brwydro am ei gilydd. A wnaethon ni weld tro ar ôl tro, falle o'n nhw wedi taro ar y drws na'n agos iawn i'r llinell, a falle rai cwpl o weithiau yn euog o fod ddim quite digon cywir a mynd dros y llinell gwsg yna, ond oedd pwysau y meddiant dibaid gan Llanelli Wanderers wedi dwy'n ffrwyth yn erbyn diwedd, a oedd amddiffyn Tondu yn dechrau gwnegu, a wnaethon ni weld y pwysau yn dwy'n ffrwyth erbyn diwedd y gêm na.
Tom, o ti eisiau canolbwyntio ar be nath crwydr Llanelli yn dda, i ti, be wnaethon nhw gystal yn yr ail hanner yna?
Fi'n credu nhw'n dechrau cyflymu'r pêl yn nhw'n creu, so oedd y gwaith yn nhw'n neud yn ardal y dacl pan nhw'n cario'r bêl, a hefyd oedd mwy nag un opsiwn i'r llinell yr un pryd, so oedd e'n gwrthod i Tondu i gael fel 2 taclwr yn erbyn un ymosodwr. Oedd Weeds yn dod â redwyr mlaen oddi wrtho fe, Elgan Morgan, Jake Bickham, a nhw'n mynd trwy y tyllen llinell amddiffynol Tondu, chwarae ar ben nhw wedyn creu cyflymder pêl, a wedyn oedd hwnna'n tynhau llinell amddiffynol Tondu a creu gwagle mas yn bach yn fwy llydan, ond beth wnaethon nhw'n rili dda hefyd, oedd unwaith gaethon nhw'r cyfle i ymosod yn agos i llinell Tondu, ond nhw'n allan dod i ffwrdd gyda pwyntiau ceisiau, neu nhw'n creu gymaint o bwysau a gwasgedd, oedd disgyblaeth Tondu yn troi mewn i cerdiau a ciciau cosb.
Ni'n gallu cael rhagor ymateb achos mae ser yn y gêm gyda Lloyd.
Ie, dwi'n meddwl Steph Lewis ser yn y gêm wrth gwrs. Steph, o ti'n chwarae'n anhygoel heddiw yma. Fi'n gwybod mae'n anodd i gymryd, ond o ti'n prowd o'r boys i gyd?
Obviously fi'n gutted efo'r result, ond chwarae teg y Llanelli wedi cael y second half yna, ond dod yma, cynrychioli'r tref o'r tîm, ond fi'n bles iawn, ond gutted efo'r result, ond
Wrth gwrs, ond y canlyniad, chi dal yn gallu edrych nôl ar y profiad yma gyda atgofion melys?
Mae hyn wedi bod yn proses, fi wedi clymyd blynyddoedd, ond hyn yn just, efo'r crowd y pethau, fi'n just hapus ni'n gallu cael y cyfle yma.
A ti'n gweld y gymaint o pobl yma yn cefnogi chi, faint mae'r gêm yma yn golygu i'r cymuned a'r tîm yma?
Mae'n masif, ni wedi couple o blynyddoedd yn ôl, oedd ni'n stryglo, ond i troi y gwmpas fel hyn nawr, yn dod i'r stadiwm, mae'n more proud.
Wel, ti'n gwybod beth mae hwnna'n credit i ti, Steph, ser yn y gêm, da iawn ti, boi. Diolch.
Oedd na gais unigol gwych iddo fe, yn dod chwarae teg iddo fe'n rhedeg holl ffordd ar draws y cae. Diddorol clywed be oedd Lloyd yn dweud fyna ynglyn â'r straeon arbennig sydd gan bob clwb rygbi. Maen nhw'n unigryw yn dyn nhw. Felly mae cael bod yma heddi, bod nhw wedi colli, mae'n meddwl gymaint i'r gymuned gyfan, nid dim ond i'r chwaraewyr sydd ar y cae.
Fi'n credu beth sy'n bwysig hefyd yw bod bechgyn ifanc, mae dy fi 2 o fechgyn i fi nabod yn tîm dan 13, Harris Jones a Jic. Maen nhw'n chwarae tîm Tondu, ond mae'n neis i nhw gael boes yn y clwb heddi sydd yn model y rôl i nhw, dim falle ser y byd rygbi a chi'n gweld nhw'n y chwe gwlad, ond boes lleol, a mae clwb Tondu wedi creu model y rôl mawr i nhw eleni.
Ni'n gallu cael chydig o gwmni hefyd, fi'n meddwl, ar y ffordd. Mae Steph Phillips yn dod. Na, falle ddim. Wel, ydy yn dod? Falle bod yn dod ato ni. Ni'n gobeithio cael beth ymateb. Steph, ti'n gallu clywed ni?
Odw.
O, gwych. Ti'n dod ato ni studio. Diolch, Steph. Llongyfarchiadau.
Diolch yn fawr.
Achos fi'n gwybod, a dweud y gwir, nes ti at Ifan ar ochr y cae yn dod i gael gair, achos o ti'n poeni bod y dyfarnwr ddim yn hapus ar cae sola. Na, fi'n siŵr oedd y galon yn mynd bryd heddi, oedd ei?
Ie, yn union. Oedd yn galon yn mynd. O'n i'n gobeithio am rhywun inside information o Ifan.
A oedd e ddim help o gwbl o dde?
Na, nawr fi'n dod i clustio mewn.
Pa gwyddo, mae pawb yn gwrando ar cyfarwyddwr. Llongyfarchiadau, am frwydr nôl. O'ch chi ar reoli o beth? 28 o bwyntiau o le ffindoch chi fe i ddod nôl? Achos chi wedi gwneud i o'r blaen yn y rown gynderfynol?
Do, wnaethon ni yn y rown gynderfynol. A wedon ni dan y pist ar ôl sgwrodd yr wythwr. Byddai'n stori go iawn i gweud ar ôl heddi. So, o'n i jyst yn concentreto ar jyst wneud pethau'n iawn.
So be, fi'n mynd i adael ti fynd, achos mae chi'n mynd i godi'r cwpan yna. Ond cario ymlaen i siarad â ni, oce? Mae hwn yn gymleth, ond cario ymlaen i siarad â fi. Tra bod ti'n mynd.
Dyn i fi, cofio.
Fi'n siŵr bod e'n gallu gwneud dau beth, fi'n siŵr. Steph, mae hwn yn foment fawr i ti. Siwt ti'n teimlo?
Odi, mae'n gwych. Ar ôl blwyddyn diwetha, oedd e'n taith i ddod nôl yma. So, mae'n pleser i fod yma to a i ennill. Hwna'n meddwl popeth iddyn ni.
Siwt chi'n mynd i ddathlu heno? Dyna fe fi eisiau gwybod.
Wel, falle gewn ni cwpl o drinks yn Gyrdydd. Ni aros lan, so falle gewn ni cwpl o drinks sensible.
O, da iawn, falch o glywed. Dechrau Steph, diolch yn fawr iawn i ti, mwynha'r seremoni, a beth am i ni fynd nôl at ein tîm y sylwebu ni am y seremoni.
Yeah, credit to both teams in this final. Another cracking final. Brilliant Division 1 final. Congratulations, Carnarvon and to Bridgend Athletic. And a brilliant game in this championship final. Tondu led 32 points to 7. Back came the Wanderers, as they did in the semi-final. And they snatched it at the end with an Elgin Morgan try. Big impact from the bench. Josh Weeds and Elgin Morgan. That is Rodri Owens who will wait to lift the Championship Cup. Division 1 Cup last year for Llanelli Wanderers. Now it's the Championship. And they can turn their attention as well to the league. Pictures for the press. Always important. Before he goes over to his team. And here he goes. Llanelli Wanderers are the WRU National Championship Cup winners 24-25. 2 cups on the bounce for the Wanderers. Division 1 Cup last year, now the Championship Cup. This club is going places. Congratulations to Llanelli Wanderers. Congratulations also to Carnarvon. Commiserations to both losers, Bridgend Athletic and Tondu. Let's hope for another cracking final in the Premiership.
Llongyfarchiadau enfawr i grwydriad Llanelli, enillwyr cwpan y bencampwriaeth. 2 gêm wedi bod, ond mae yna un arall i ddod. Cwpan yr uwch gyngred. Pont y Prif yn erbyn Cross Keys. Mae hon yn addo bod yn un dda hefyd. Pidwch chi am yn bell. Dewch nôl ato ni ymhen 2 funud am ragor o ddathlu a 1 gêm arall.